Greetings my dear friends, it is Dragon here once again. If it's your first time stumbling onto my channel, then do please remember to click that red button and subscribe, it helps enormously. Very special unboxing today. This is my first Uhd Club release of the incredible Kung Fu Hustle from 2004, written, directed and starring the incredible Stephen Chow, and probably the film of his that is most well known in the West. I'm assuming that anybody who's watching this is familiar with the film. If you're not, then let me know in the comments below and I'll certainly be more than happy to do a review. It's one of my favourite, if not my favourite, Stephen Chow film of my pretty small collection of his pieces. And this is the Uhd Club wooden box release. Didn't get it through a group buy. I've been burned a little bit by group buys recently. I managed to get the second hand from one of those collectors I don't entirely understand, who just buys stuff to keep it sealed. But good for me because it meant I was able to get it a little bit cheaper. So let us get into it. Obviously housed in this incredible wooden box. Before we do this, we should probably take off the little Uhd Club card from the back. I'll get its glue off it if we can. So we got our little double-sided card. This is number 144 of 148. They're not fucking about when they see these things are limited edition. If you're used to kind of things that are billed as being limited edition but come out in 10,000 copies, not really that limited, but the Uhd Club releases genuinely are a little bit harder to get hold of. Mostly in the West, people tend to get them from Media Cycles or one of the other group buy sites, but we get this glorious, very silky, very reflective kind of lacquered wooden box, and inside our goodies and our slipcase. Now you can see inside, but it's all soft velvet lined. Pretty gorgeous presentation, and with Uhd Club you are largely just really essentially paying for the presentation. There isn't normally that many extras on the discs. They're a Chinese company, so usually the extras aren't always English friendly when they do have them. We'll get into this little envelope first. We get our repro of the Buddhist Palm Manual that is integral to the story, and I think no words through it. It's just a series of images, but gloriously printed, really high quality paper stock. A wonderful Fong Har Con there. Huge Fong Har Con fan on this channel, as regular viewers will know. But yeah, pretty great movie. Action choreography by Yuen Wu-ping, originally by Sammo Hung, but then I think they had a bit of a creative differences, the good old creative differences, and parted company, and Yuen Wu-ping stepped in and did a fine job. Choreography in the film's pretty great, though there is an awful lot of special effects in it. It's also pretty great choreography. We got a big poster. Very, very nice. And then a pretty groovy lenticular card. I think still got its protective cover on it, that's why it looks a little bit janky. So we shall take that off. So it flicks between the same images on the poster and then one of the alternate covers for it. Got a pretty great, not a huge lenticular fan, but this is pretty slick. And that is all that's inside our little envelope. Then we get our main Digibook. This was only ever a single disc release. A lot of people have queried when I've looked at this on the forums why there was only one disc. I don't know if at some stage they intended for this to possibly be a 4K set, but it's okay, not to worry, because I still have my old, this is a Region A Kung Fu Hustle release. I did also have a steelbook, in fact this steelbook, but I sold it to make way for this. Incidentally, this is magnetic, which is pretty cool. I've never seen that on anything else before. It stays closed itself. But yeah, I can take this disc and pop it into here. Thankfully the cover art almost matches, looks like it was meant to be there, so that I can still access the Region A extras and the pretty great commentary, which I think will probably be on here, but I don't know if it'll have English subs. The one that's on the Region A version definitely does, so it ends up looking like it's meant to be. So an extra disc housed inside there. Pretty cool. And guys, that is really all you get for your incredibly large amount of money. These releases are not cheap, but they are well worth it if it's a film that you really dig. I wouldn't buy them for absolutely everything. I do have one more, and it is also a Stephen Chow release. Actually came from the same seller who I think had got himself into a spot of bother with group buys. So at some point I'll do a separate unboxing for that. That is the UHD release of Stephen Chow's Chinese Odyssey 1 and 2. Also pretty great, much more lenticular based than this one. But yeah, like I say, pretty huge Stephen Chow fan. Seen my other rivals, you've seen that random pickup from the old Korean DVD release that I got fairly recently, a kind of brass plaque. And I still have quite nice versions of Shaolin Soccer, and it's the version that comes from Nova Media, the Korean release. Another Korean version, the Nova Media version of Lookout Officer, and of course 88 Films release of Forbidden City Cop from here in the UK, which is an incredible release if you are looking to grab some Stephen Chow at a little bit more of a reasonable price. Highly recommend Forbidden City Cop. Loaded with extras, really, really, really nice edition. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is a lifetime to save up for, just a couple of minutes to get into. But yeah, that is the UHD Club release of Stephen Chow's Kung Fu Hustle. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.